Hello and welcome back. This is a race recap video from the Longmont Crit here in northern Colorado. This is a great race, actually. This was not like a priority race on my schedule. This wasn't something that I was gonna specifically go out and train for. I've actually been really enjoying kind of just longer sort of put on a t-shirt and a hip pack and go explore kind of rides. So I've got a good base fitness going on right now. I'm pretty focused on sweet spot work. I basically did one very short specific workout prior to this. That was actually documented in my Tumbe video from last week. So not really priority, but I'd like to be learning, and I'd like to be racing at least once a month or so. I'm getting to the point where I know just enough to know how much I don't know, if you will. It's like such a convoluted saying, but it kind of works. So really only two objectives for this race. One was protect my front wheel, stay upright, take care of myself, spend my time learning and enjoying a little bit of racing, not recovering from injuries, knock on wood. That priority will probably stay the same for, I guess, the foreseeable future, to be honest. I'm not in a position to be taking huge risks. I'm not going to be winning any P12 races anytime soon, so yeah, my time is best spent just enjoying and staying upright. The second objective, and arguably the more important one, was just to work on the patience. So last couple races, I see them put up the little sign saying like 4 laps to go or 5 laps to go, and I get all juiced up and I start drifting to the front. Like if I've got momentum, I tell myself, well, I'm just gonna keep putting power down and go to the front of the race, and I'm gonna pull everybody to the line. Well, I mean, yeah, that's great, but that's exactly what I'm doing, is pulling everybody else to the line, and not really looking after myself. So not trying to be greedy, but I'm also not trying to just end every race blowing up in spectacular fashion. So that's why the objective was just to be patient, spend as much time sort of on wheels as I could, and obviously being somebody who's not attached to a team, which, there may be a development in that realm here sooner rather than later. I'm not quite prepared to say anything, just for my own superstition's sake. But being somebody who's not attached to a team, I've kind of got to look out for myself. So I unfortunately don't yet have my 4 watt per kilo FTP. I'm not in a position to just go off the front and choose my line. So my kind of way of getting around that is to hang out pretty far back on the pack. That was something I was trying today, well, during this race over the weekend. Kind of opting to make that trade-off of, I'll be in the back and I'll deal with whatever kind of crashes happen ahead of me if they happen, but I'll be far enough back that I can coast through my corners and not have to grab brakes, choose the line that I want to take, be a little more efficient and a little smoother with my power, which I did notice, to be honest. Like, if we want to geek out about power numbers, I mean, my average power and my normalized power were within, I think it was like 4% of each other. So I mean, I know that metric is sort of a quote-unquote smoothness factor, which was kind of nice to see. I mean, obviously I had to be sort of on the pedals coming out of corners, and you'll see, like, I sprint a couple times to catch back up, but I noticed that I wasn't doing it as much as I had in previous races. So that was a good opportunity to apply sort of what I'd learned in other races and see it actually sort of work in the next race. So that was good. But yeah, I basically kind of hung out in the back and was pretty efficient with my energy for just about the entire race. And then I'm not sure how many laps it was, but if it was like 20 laps, I'd say probably like 17 or 18 laps in, I decided to kind of go ahead and move up. Could not have timed it better. There was a huge wreck on the left on this turn right before that dumpster. I'm sure that played no factor whatsoever. But I think 3 kids, I heard that they like locked handlebars somehow, which I feel like a Cat 4 or 5 field is probably not where you want to be cornering close enough to somebody to lock handlebars anyways. But again, I'm not an aficionado here. So yeah, overall, great race. Awesome environment. This is my first one not on like a track. It was just in a neighborhood, which was super cool. The track is a great place to be introduced to this sport and crit racing specifically, just because it's so open. The risks are, I would say, fewer, like hazard sort of related risks are fewer and further between. You can see everything around every corner, etc. But this was just so much fun, and like folks on their front yard cheering you on. That was super cool. So again, great race. I think I finished Cat 5 4th place. It was a combined field, so I think overall I was like probably 12th or 15th or somewhere in there. Not an awesome performance in terms of sort of overall position, but relative to my Cat 5 counterparts and some of my Cat 4 counterparts, I did okay, and I'm happy with it and had a great day. So overall, great opportunity to learn a little bit more, gain some confidence out of this. I will prepare a little more diligently for the Littleton Crit here in early August, but to be honest, my priorities are pretty focused around some big, long, multi-day rides coming up in late August, so we'll see. Again, I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on myself in the crit world. I'm 4 races in. I've got a lot to learn, so just enjoying for now. Anyways, thanks a ton. I'll let the rest of this video just go ahead and play. I'm going to cut sort of to the last couple laps just because I hang out in the back the entire time. Have a great day, and I will catch you on the next one.